Yeah. So
I have this massive aversion to feeling of laziness for whatever reason.
how long have you had that massive aversion to laziness?
Probably. I feel like I've had it a little bit, but it was kind of when I moved to Japan is where it really kicked in, and I felt like it really started to. I really started to, for perspective, you know, when I used to work on my videos and just anything in life, I would just work on stuff, or I would do just enough of everything. If I didn't like it for school, I would do just enough to be able to get good grades, and where I felt was like a reasonable amount of input for the output that I wanted, and I would do no more. And it was kind of the same with like when I started doing YouTube initially as well. I was very passionate about it, but there was still the kind of this limit that I would get to where I'd be like, okay, I can only put this much work in it, and then I would kind of be like, all right, I'm done, and I'd play video games for 8 hours. But then I moved to Japan, and I don't know what happened. Maybe it's just being in a different culture. I was finally a part of I joined an agency, and so there was kind of a bit more accountability on things, which I never had before. And even when I had jobs prior to this that required accountability, those jobs I still never felt like I would never do more than the bare minimum ever. But then something happened when I moved to Japan, and suddenly now I'm kind of like, I'm at this point in my life where pretty much like when I'm doing like full work days, because I try my best to leave one day a week where I don't do anything, I don't plan anything, and I just try to have some openness to it, because of I was basically scheduling, and I still do this mostly on work days. I will schedule things like every single like hour. I will fill out like every hour of the day, and this is like I'm talking, this is like till wake up till sleep, be it if that's like that includes say going to the gym or something as well. But yeah, I will normally try to schedule something every single hour of every day.
What do you think about that?
I don't know. In one sense, I'm kind of. It's weird because I often hear about this burnout, and a lot of people talk about burnout at all, but I don't feel that at all. I don't know if that's maybe I'm lying to myself or something, but
No, I don't think you are.
I really enjoy my current way of living and the way I handle it. Where, you know, even in terms of when I said I was scheduling every hour, like, but that wouldn't include like, hey, if my friend wants to hang out, up until that point where I go and hang out with them, I will literally work nonstop until that point, or work on stuff, be it streaming, or meetings, or whatever it is. And I don't know why that is, but I do like it. I think. Yeah. I think I like it. I feel pretty proud about it.
Yeah, good. So what's the consequence of laziness?
I just hate that feeling so much when I sit there for 1 hour and I don't have anything planned, or I don't like I feel like I'm losing an hour. Even though I know I'm not, and I know that, say, just going on a walk to the park.
So when you have a feeling of losing an hour, what do you do to make that feeling go away?
Normally it's some form of procrastination in my mind that will kind of fill that hour, or I'll try and work on stuff. But it's if I have that hour, I'll probably play a game until that feeling's gone.
I know. No, I don't think I think what you do is you schedule your full days so that you never have to feel that way.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Like, you see what we're doing here is that, like, I'm going to take actions, and the actions will create the feelings. And if I have a feeling, the feeling needs to be addressed through actions. Someone does something nice to me, gives me $1, I need to give them $2.
Yeah, I guess so. Right? Yeah.
And oh my God, I'm wasting these precious hours. I feel like a waste. Okay, we're going to schedule from dawn till dusk.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is, once again, I think we're seeing a pattern of, and this isn't necessarily bad. I think you've learned how to do this adaptively, and you're resilient and all this good stuff. So it's not like you're burning out or anything, because you also sort of recognize that a little bit too much is going to be too much. So that's really good.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're working on other stuff here. So let me ask you this. How did you feel about yourself when you were doing the bare minimum?
I don't think at that time I recognized it as such. I think at the time I just recognized that I was doing the stuff I needed to do.
Okay.
And then it went from being a need to do things as opposed to how much can I do, or you know, how much stuff can I accomplish, or can I kind of achieve. And I don't know what would cause that flip in me or what kind of gave me that gradual change. But it did happen when I moved to Japan. I don't really know why. I'm sure there's probably some emotional reason.
So I'm hearing that you feel quite like fulfilled and accomplished and proud of yourself when you pack your days.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Right? So you're like a productive human being. Good for you.
I like to feel like I'm productive, yeah.